Hey, good evening, everyone. Hopefully, everyone's having a fantastic evening. It is Monday, December the 13th, and hopefully, everyone's getting all their Christmas plans together, ready to celebrate with family, friends, and all that kind of good stuff. I want to thank, hey, what's up, Crypto King? Good to see you with all the hexagons in the house. So thank you guys for tuning in. Just want to jump on. It's been a minute. My gosh, it's been a minute since I've done a Rogue 420 live stream. I really need to get back to them. Want to thank all of our Rogue listeners, all the people that tune in to our live stream. And so tonight's live stream is titled the Delta-9. What's up, Sky Queen? How are you? Good to see you. That's another quick shout out that I want to give to is all the people in our Discord channel, our Rogue Discord channel. I love seeing all the information, the content produced. I see you guys are doing like a Sunday hangout or Monday. I promise to make it in there soon. I don't have Discord on my phone. I really need to do that. I try. It's hard. Like when you have your device in the course of the day and you're trying to be productive and get stuff done, it's hard when your phone is like blowing up with messages and Telegram, Twitter. You guys know what I'm talking about. So for that reason, I'm probably gonna end up with like a second device and not put any apps or anything on it. Just use it strictly for phone because I just can't handle all the. I'm just so email goes off and here I'm checking it, and so I don't have Discord on there. So don't get offended if you tweet or message me. I don't have some of the like Messenger and things like that notifications turned on my phone either. So those that need to get a hold of me for urgent or questions or anything like that, you know how to get a hold of me, but don't message me on Messenger because I'm probably not gonna see it for a day or two, especially if it's something urgent. But tonight you're probably wondering, well, why is CJ going live like on a Monday night and chilling out and everything? And by the way, hopefully everyone had a fantastic weekend. I know my weekend was good. One of the reasons I'm doing this live stream is because in the past, I would say maybe month and a half, I've had a few people who have reached out to me who are attempting either for various health reasons or recreationally have shared stories with me where they've tried some specific products and they had a bad reaction, and they're like, oh my God, I've had cannabis before, but this product for whatever reason like knocked me out in some extreme situations, got me sick. So I felt compelled to do this live stream and walk through a few things. Now, before I jump into it, I do have a favor to ask. If you could do me a favor this evening, jump over to rogue420.net. The link is in the description of the video. Bookmark that site for me. We're going to do a lot of things heading into 2022. We're going to be having some webinars, sharing success stories in regards to medicinal uses for medical cannabis, and then also some more live streams with Dr. Dustin Sulak as well. But the Rogue 420 site is basically an RSS feed. So some of these articles and everything that are pumped into it, there are some that are specific to Rogue 420 blog. However, a few of these news and articles that are in here are RSS feeds. So therefore, they're piped in from different industries, different journals. I'm very excited about the future. It's really not even the future. It's currently here in regards to everything cannabis and hemp. So it's kind of like your one-stop shop for news, information, and so bookmark that site, rogue420.net. Also, we do have a Twitter handle which you can jump over and follow, which is at myrogue420. And we, those are our primary social media sites. I think we do have a Facebook page, but we don't put a whole lot of content on there. Again, just on the Facebook page, just because of the algos and everything. I'll be lucky if this makes it to ScrewTube, to Facebook, all that kind of good stuff. So tonight conversation is in regards to THC-0 and THCP. Now, some of you are probably already familiar with those. Some of you are like, no, what in the world is CJ talking about? But basically, what's happened is, either due to science, due to certain markets where regular full THC cannabis is illegal. There's been some compounds that have been discovered and utilized. Now, I specifically try to help individuals, especially when I get contacted by individuals who say, "Hey, I have a certain need." And again, we can't make health claims in regards to products. Everyone knows why, because the FDA will come back and say you're making medical claims on your products, all that kind of good stuff. You can't be doing that. However, I can assure you, and I will tell you for a fact, that not only is my dad, who is 90 plus years of age, leveraging and utilizing Delta-8, products to help with his medical condition, but we also have a very interesting story of one particular individual who was in I can't recall the exact stage of cancer. However, I am so excited to report as of recently that his latest screens have came back where there's literally no cancer cells at all, which is very exciting. So as it relates to this industry, that's what I get excited about, is seeing people leverage to more of a natural type, plant to help with their medical condition, versus, traditional prescription drugs and so forth. So let's get back to the original topic, the original portion of this conversation. That's regards to THC-0 and THCP. And now, so what are those? So basically, what has happened is, because in certain, what's up, Jazzy? Good to see you. What's happened is that with the hemp extracts, there's been a couple of different chemical type derived products, compounds that have been made from hemp. And why this is important, because in certain states where cannabis is still illegal, people are finding certain benefits around those and the use of that. Now, you do need to be careful, because there are certain things as it relates to, to Delta-8 and then also with THC-0. So I want to walk you through that. So most of you are probably very familiar with Delta-9 THC, which is most commonly with cannabis and derived from the cannabis plant. However, THC-0 and THCP are derived from hemp. And very interesting story, because yes, there's certain benefits, obviously, with the entourage effect of full range cannabis, Delta-9, but Delta THC-0 is more recent, is more of a kind of a synthetic compound. And what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to go ahead and just go through the article, because I want everyone to understand what specifically those are. So the first one is THC-0, and THC-0 is a hemp-derived compound. And what's unique about it is it's 3 times stronger than THC. And so I've had in the last couple of months, in fact, people who've reached out to me and said, "Hey, CJ, I tried this product. It was crazy. I didn't enjoy it. It got me sick, and I'm trying to understand why and everything is because right now there's products out there that have this, and in certain situations there's either a bud tender, or there's a vape shop individual who may not know exactly what they're selling, and being able to educate the buyer and inform them what that is. So what THCO is again, THCO is a hemp derived compound. It's 3 times stronger than Delta-9, or I'm sorry, yeah, than the normal Delta-9 THC. Um, so again, THCO is a synthetic compound derived from hemp. It's often referred to as simply THC-0. Has quickly gained popularity among Americans who don't have access to legal cannabis. THCO's appeal lies in its potency, and its legal status. Research has found that is roughly 3 times stronger than conventional THC. It has also been referred to as the psychedelic cannabinoid for its borderline hallucinatory effects because it's derived federally from legal hemp. THC products are also becoming increasingly popular in the states where consumers don't have access to legal state licensed Delta-9 THC product. So what is exactly THCO? Well, although many of its use recently heard about in THCO, the U.S. military began studying its effect as long ago as in 1949. They observed in eroded dogs muscle coordination twice as much as conventional Delta-9 THC. THCO didn't appear on the DEA's radar until nearly 30 years later. In 1978, the DEA agents discovered a clandestine lab in Jacksonville, Florida, had combined a cannabis extract with the acetic anhydride, but over the following 10 years, the THCO did not enter the illicit market. Since then, it began growing problems. The Federal Drug Agency declined further investigation into the unusual compound. Today, the production of THCO acetate is raising concerns among some in the state licensed cannabis industry. To generate the molecule, a highly flammable compound called acetic anhydride is added to THC molecules. The process involves a series of extractions that begin with hemp, the low THC cannabis plant that has, obviously it's federally legalized in the 2018 Farm Bill. First, CBD is extracted from raw hemp. Then Delta-8 THC is extracted from the CBD. Finally, the acetate anhydride is added to the Delta-8 THC molecules to make THCO acetate. Now, again, why this is important, because right now with THCO products, you should not be really buying anything on the black market at all. It's probably not safe. There's probably more than likely chemical residuals that potentially could be in those vape product that could be very harmful to you as an individual, potentially even get you sick. In fact, I talked with the founder of Clouds by Design, and by the way, this is their THCO product. It's their vape pen, and he specifically told me right now there's only basically like 2 labs who have necessarily have the proper credentials to really warrant to ensure that none of those chemical compounds and the residuals are found in the vape. So first rule of thumb, don't buy this product on the black market. It's just not safe. Go to a reputable. You can find Blackberry Clouds. It's called their True Gold. You can see it right here is their product. You can find that product on our site, which is My CBD Edibles. So you can go check that out. So there it goes, right there, Blackberry Clouds, and that's their vape. Mojo, what's the science with CBD? I agree, right? Like, pretty crazy. I'm usually talking about politics and everything else, and talking about science. So again, that's THCO, but you can understand, why there potentially could be some benefits of something that's 3 times stronger than normal, Delta-9 THC. The other interesting product is called THCP, and THCP is a new powerhouse cannabinoid on the block. Now, what is THCP? Boy, this long word. THCP is short for tetrahydrocannabinol. and is scientifically known as Delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol. Is a natural cannabinoid along the THC presents a varieties of cannabis. It's thought to be 33 times more active in cannabinoid 1 CB1 receptors than THC, causing an intense and intoxicating euphoric high. THCP's legality is stuck between conflicting federal legislation. It's not explicitly listed as a controlled substance and might be protected by the 2018 Farm Bill. However, many believe it's an illegal substance and belongs under the federal analog, the FFA. So it's crazy about THCP because it was actually kind of like almost discovered on accident. So THCP was first shown to the world on December 30th, 2019, which is pretty darn recent, in a scientific journal called A Novel Phytocannabinoid Isolated from Cannabis Sativa L with a vivo cannabiphymetric activity higher than Delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol. The title alone is enough to make the most casual cannabis users' ears prick up curiosity, which is so true. I forgot to add this to the stream, what I'm reading from. Sorry about that. The title alone, what is cannabinoid and how was it discovered? What does this mean for the entire cannabis landscape as a whole? THCP was discovered by accident. The study was conducted by a team of Italian researchers. They use advanced mass spectrometry and liquid chromatography technology on a natural cannabis sample provided by the Military Chemical Institute in Florence, Italy. The mass spectrometry and liquid chromatography analysts allowed the researchers to analyze the plant matter precisely during the process. THCP was found by chance, a total accident. And this is what is really unique about THCP. So it is 30 times more effective than THC at binding with the CB1 receptors. Once the shell shock of discovering a cannabinoid substance, the team recognized THCP as the most identical to THC with a twist. You see naturally occurring cannabinoid molecules have alkyl, I think I'm pronouncing that right, alkyl side chains. Alkyl side chains are strong of carbon atoms, and you have to look at the chemical structure of the THC and the CBD. The alkyl side chains look like the tails attached to basically an animal. So this is what makes this unique, is that in most of these, there must be at least 3 carbon atoms of alkyl side chains presence in the cannabinoid to have the same efficacy on your cannabinoid CBD1 receptors. That's a unique thing about THCP, because it has an extension of that, which basically makes it a lot more effective in the CB1 receptors. And I forgot to mention, I'll go back to it here in a minute. Side effects of THCP. There are certain side effects. Again, it's very strong. I do not recommend for casual users to jump into either THCP or THC-0. One important thing in regards to THC-0 is that it does take 20 to 30 minutes to process in the body. So it's not like typical, either smoking cannabis or bringing in. It does take 20, 30 minutes to kick in until it's metabolized. So you just got to be careful in terms of how much you intake of either one of those. And again, I do not recommend from either a new person that's starting out to use any type of benefits of medical cannabis to start into THC-0 or THCP. I think it's one of those start low and go. And that's what makes it very unique in regards to cannabis, is that every one person processes it a little bit differently. So therefore, there is no perfect science in terms of usage or how much to bring. It's not like going to the drugstore and buying an Advil that has 250 milligrams of ibuprofen, or picking up a Sudafed that has 10 milligrams of whatever phenylephrine. I think that's the way you pronounce it. So again, it's a lot different, but I would definitely not recommend. Now, however, I do have one particular individual who has very chronic pain, severe pain, who literally it's very difficult to even perform job functions, who began using one of the products that we have, which is the blackberry clouds. You can see it right there. Again, this is by Clouds by Design. It's a THC-0 product, and by far this product has been able to help them in the course of their work and the workload and the job that they're doing. And that's what I get excited about. Like, I totally get that people leverage, cannabis for recreational use, but I just get very excited in terms of the potential health benefits, the health impact of leveraging natural cannabis related products. And so again, this is something that is new and upcoming. We want to do a better job of educating consumers. It's something I constantly hear both in legal and in states that have hemp related products, is the lack of education and resources available to help people. And the potentially the last thing that you want is go to a bud tender or to a vape shop and having that person try to give you medical advice. And the same thing happens to me consistently. Like anytime I get a family friend or a person that reaches out to me in regards to assistance with helping with products, I specifically refer them to, hey, listen, like the first thing that you want to do is consult with your doctor, right? Because there's certain medications that potentially could interact, with cannabis. So I think at minimum you need to talk with your doctor. Hey, listen, I'm considering, using medical cannabis, its usage and how to help, how it could help me. And you'd be surprised. Surprised how receptive most doctors are to medical cannabis. And that's, again, that's just, to me, part of the first step. The second step is to understanding the different products that are available to help individuals, whether you decide to go with like an edible or a vape type product to help you. There's various types of impacts, different considerations, with that. So again, talk with your doctor, see what's, again, what they, let them know that you're wanting to try different products and see what they recommend doing. And then from there is in regards to the amount of either, whether you're taking a straight CBD or jumping into a Delta-8 or THC product. You just got to be mindful of the fact that it's always best to start low and to pace yourself up. The last thing that you want is for your first time jumping into any type of cannabis related products to be your worst, right? You don't want that to be the effect where you hear those stories about somebody's first time having an edible, where they're in Colorado or they're in a legal state and they eat an entire brownie or whatever, and they're like, oh my God, they're scared to death of it the next time, that like, hey, you know what, I'm never going to use that product again. And I can tell you firsthand that I've seen, and again, this is not medical advice, it shouldn't be deemed that, but I've seen so many negative aspects of traditional prescription medications and the impact that it's had. It's just insane that nowadays that you can't go to a doctor and there's truly no root cause analysis. Now, again, this is my personal opinion. There's never attempt to look at diet, to look at exercise, to look at overall health. Like prescriptions are given out like candy. Like it's looked at like have you ever went to a doctor and for a type of ailment where they haven't offered a prescription? And there's a reason for that, is because they know at the moment they get you started on that prescription, there's going to be some type of side effect that they're going to give you another prescription for. They're going to be like, hey, yeah, this side effect makes you constipated or keeps you up at night. Well, here's this medication and this will help counter that effect. And the next thing you know, you're on a regimen of drugs that you have no idea why you're taking, but your trusted quote unquote doctor who's you've entrusted to give you medical advice that relates to that doesn't spend time to really evaluate you as an individual and customize the health approach to that individual. And it begins with nutrition, it begins with diet, it begins with exercise, and then looking at different types of products and things that can help you, long term. And again, I'm talking about like in terms of this lifestyle. I completely understand that there's chronic illnesses out there where that type of level is needed. But to me, when you look at cannabis and you look at the different positive health impacts, that's what I'm truly excited about. So the moment that the FDA can remove cannabis as a scheduled controlled substance, the sooner that we can begin a lot more research in regards to the benefit of it. And again, getting back to the original conversation in regards to the specific products, THCO, THCP, its usage, just be informed. And there's several sites that you can go to. I bookmarked a couple of them. I'll put them in the links of the video so that you can go check it out. And also want to send a huge shout out again to our show sponsors of Rogue 420, and that's mycbdedibles.com. Go to MyCB Edibles. You can take advantage now. There's 20% off of all products, also free shipping of orders over $50. So full array of different products, whether it's full spectrum CBD. We also have Delta-9 products on that site, including edibles, tinctures, vapes that I use, and also my family uses as well. So want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight to this live stream. Don't go too far. On Wednesday night, Dr. Dustin Sulak will be hosting a webinar, and we're going to be live streaming that. Dr. Dustin Sulak is doing amazing work with cannabis and education. So take care, everyone. Be safe. God bless, and we'll talk to everyone soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.